Hey guys, so today I'll be installing my winch, or a winch, on a 2017 Rancher 420 4x4. It's foot shift model. I got the brackets and the winch there. I'm using a super winch, 2,500 pound. I'm going to be showing how to wire it up and put in the factory mounting bracket. So I might have a few issues. I got to keep this plugged up while I'm videoing, but hopefully this goes well. Okay, so this video can be used for these four-wheelers. So if you have anything of this model, then this video could be used to you. So let's go through the instructions and start off. Okay guys, so to do this, you're gonna have to take off the top bolt here, which is a 12mm as seen. You'll start by taking these two off. And then, okay guys, and next off, you're gonna need to start by removing this bolt here, which is also a 12mm. So here we go. Okay, and also I want to say you're gonna have to take it off on the other side, of course, obviously. And these brackets are probably going to, or these plastic skid plates are going to have to come off, probably, hopefully not, but I'll take the other side off and see where we get. Okay, so if you have these plastics, they are going to have to come off, and it is a 10mm. As you can see there, and we'll take that off. Okay guys, so once all your bolts are out, they should tip this far forward, and that should be plenty to get your bracket in. So you have to bolt it into those holes, those holes there, and it's going to mount back here. I'm doing it by the instructions, but this is probably a way easier way to watch, and you actually see somebody doing it. Some of these descriptions are getting kind of confusing, but here we go. Okay, so on the next step, you're going to want to mount your winch onto this, then from there to there. So everything should come together as one. If you don't have this, don't worry. All this is just a lead or a place to mount your lead. Your winch could come with one like this one did, but it doesn't match the bracket down there, so I'm not going to do it, nor does it match the four-wheeler. So just mount those together so that way your lead can mount on there. If you don't have one, I'm sure you can do it another way. You just mainly need this bracket. And once I mount the winch on, you're going to want to mount the winch facing like that. So in the end, this is how it should look. On this one here, I have the super winch Terra 25, and since the bracket is so thick, the bolts weren't long enough to go through with the washers. So one of them I was able to fit the washers on, but the other ones just have the little lock washers. So you have to have the lock washers, or the winch ain't going to stay on there very long. But the lock washers are on there good enough where it should never come loose. So we'll go ahead and do the install process. Okay guys, so this part I wish I could have a stand to record, but I stuck the winch in through this opening. I had it sideways, and then I stuck the long end in here, or actually stuck the long end out here. I rolled it back, put this end in first, and it spun around to this much. Now I still have to get the bracket up to there and the line up there, but this is just the halfway point of getting the winch in. Okay guys, so hopefully you do not attempt what I just attempted, because this is apparently supposed to mount on this side. So see how that goes. So now there you guys go. Now I believe that is correct. Okay guys, so after battling this thing for I think forever, what I had to do was take the bracket apart, install the two face screws first, also take the winch off, put these two face screws in, then just set the bracket up here, put the winch in, and run the bolts through it. If you didn't do it that way, it was not going to go in. If you have this winch, probably. You can do my previous way, not my very first way, but this way. But the previous way, where the bracket was upside down. If your winch is small enough, that will work. But in my case, this winch is so huge that I'm hoping when I push everything forward, it's not going to hit, which doesn't look to be the case. But we'll try it. Alright, so now that I got them nuts tightened, you're going to have to, the way I had to do it was pull the bumper almost sticking straight out of the four-wheeler. So they've popped out of these plastic pieces and they're hitting. So you're going to have to pull the four-wheeler plastics way out and get it around that. Alright, so once you get it compressed, that should be all the bracket work you have to do. Now you can just start putting your bolts in. I'm going to start with these back here, make sure they're good and tight. And then I'm going to move to these holding the plastic up, and then I'll do those last. Okay guys, so pretty much the winch is in. I got the 2 bottom bolts in. I'm about to put the 2 plastic bolts in, which are simple, like I showed you before. And I'll put those back in, and we'll have the new winch mounted in the 2017 Rancher. It's kind of how it'll look. I'm not going to put that flared lead on it. I have a different kind I'm going to put on it, a flush mount kind. And then I'm going to do a part 2 of this video. And I'm going to do that as the wiring to the super winch, because this is kind of a universal video. The next winch will be about, next video will be about how to wire up the super winch to your battery in best way and all. Alright, hope you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe, let me know more videos you'd like to see.